Welcome to part 45, everybody, of Majora's Mask, and we are continuing through Ikana Castle in order to meet the king. Yeah, so as you can see right here, I'm trying to get over to the switch right here, and there are two ways that I can get there. I can hop onto this invisible block, or I'm going to just go ahead and use the Deku Flower to get over to this side. So yeah, and then, of course, Deku Link cannot press things down. I mean, he's only good for flying. Anyway, at this point, I can go two ways to get to the door on the other side. Now, I can take the Deku Flower from the one end and go on to the right area, and I can destroy the silver spike bomb thingies and go on across that way. Or I'm going to do this method. I will use the Lens of Truth to pretty much cross the gap right here. But first you want to kill these invisible gold skulltulas because they can be a nuisance. So anyway, you can use this block right here to start crossing the gap from this side. And careful, watch your step. It's a bottomless pit. It'll lead you to your doom, but you'll reappear at the beginning of this area. Now, just to be on the safe side, you will want to put on your bunny ears. Because again, bunny ears increase your jumping distance. Now here, we can make it through this gap if you have the bunny ears because, again, it's a big gap. So just make sure you get a good angle and you should make it no problem. Again, bunny ears. In this room, we are encountering two blue bubbles. Now, blue bubbles right here in this game, if they bump into you, they will curse you. And while you're cursed, you cannot use your sword at all. I mean, you can use your other weapons like your bow and arrow and such, but you will not be able to use your sword for some reason or another. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Well, regardless, even though you are cursed, you can get free of the curse if you play the Song of Storms. And of course, see, these things keep bumping into me and I keep getting cursed. So anyway, now of course the bad thing is, after a little while the blue bubbles will respawn and they will try to attack you again, so it's best to just leave the area right away and ignore these guys altogether. Alright. And it's still raining even though I left. That is weird. Anyway, folks, we have made it to the roof of this building. And it's still raining. I don't know how that's happening. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Anyway, folks, we are in this on the roof area of the Ikana Castle, and as you can see here, there are these gray crows, these annoying crows that will home in on you, and they will knock you off. They will take some damage, but they can be a nuisance. I'm not going to lie, they can be a bit of a headache, just like the keys. Well, anyway, folks, what I've been trying to do here is I've been trying to knock off the crow things because we need to travel along the roof area, and well, we do not want these guys knocking us off after such a long thing. And you don't want to fall off this little pathway either, because if you get knocked off back to the first floor, you have to go back into the castle. You have to go back through the whole floor tile room and then crossing the whole gap where the Deku flowers are and going through that blue bubble room again, and it's not fun. Of course, I'm going to kill these crow things because as you can see here, I'm wearing my stone mask, which means I'm invisible to these enemies, but I have to take it off because, as you can see here, I'm going to be using the Deku Flower, and I don't want those things to, again, knock me off. So anyway, here in this area of the roof, there's a Deku flower, and we need to get to that switch on that platform right over there. And there... excuse me, I'm a little tired. Anyway, by getting to this platform on the... by getting to that platform using the Deku Link, we'll be activating the switch, and that switch will actually move a big block over on the other side of the roof, and that big block was covering a hole, I guess, and that's pretty much it for that room. So here I am, about to press down on this switch, and there is that hole that I've just uncovered. Now, there's one more thing we can do before we can go back into the castle. You see that crystal switch over there? If you hit that crystal switch, that will deactivate those fires right over there. There are actually 2 pillars that are on fire, and the fire pillars are covering Deku flower launchers. And shouldn't the fire be burning the leaves or something? I don't get it. I just don't understand it one bit. Well, anyway, when we hit the crystal switch, it will deactivate the flowers, and what we have to do is get back over to that area and hop from the Deku leaves that were on fire from one Deku leaf to another, because there's actually a heart piece that we can get in this area. And we can use this Deku flower right here to get back to the upper roof area, so we can get to the right area to hit the crystal switch, because the crystal switch is timed, and if it reactivates, well, like I said, if the crystal switch reactivates while you're in Deku form, it will damage you, because again, Deku Link is made of wood, and fire burns wood. So I'm trying to make sure I get rid of these crow things so I can get back to the upper roof area, so I can... because for some reason or another, these things respawn if we leave a certain part of the castle. See, I hate respawning enemies. I mean, the only time they'll ever respawn is... the only time that these things will never respawn is if you kill them all. If you kill every one of them to get a treasure chest or activate a door switch. And see, here I am, back on the first floor after screwing up. So anyway, I climbed all the way back up to here. I shoot the crystal switch, which deactivates the fire surrounding the flowers. So all you gotta do is just hop to this first pillar right here, put on the Deku mask, and travel from pillar to pillar until you get to the heart piece. But again, be quick, because the switch is timed, and if you do not make it in time, the fire will come back, and again, you will burn and take damage. And yeah, that's how you get the piece of iron on this pillar. So yeah, we're done with the outside for now, so we'll go back on inside and finish exploring the castle. Of course, again, make sure you have the captain's hat on before you go back in there, because the re-dead will respawn inside, and you will not get paralyzed when you put on the captain's hat or the other hats. Or well, the captain's hat, the Geralt's hat, or the Gyarados mask. Oh, that hole right there, that's actually, if you are coming into the castle from beneath the well, that hole right over there to the right, that's actually how you would come into the castle from. So if you were to go on to continue into the castle from beneath the well, that's how you would get into this area. So yeah, just thought I'd show you off that there are 2 ways you can get in, but we have to make sure to get the mirror shield first. Of course, there they are, twirling about since I'm wearing the captain's hat. Twirling, twirling, twirling. See, these guys are no longer a threat to me because, well, knockery of time, they'll just be lumping over, waiting for me to come towards them and latch onto me to drain me of my energy. But here, since I'm wearing one of the 3 since I'm wearing one of 3 special masks, they can go around twirling, 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 and, well, I can slash them at bay. I love it. Well, anyway, folks, we are now going to use the fire arrows and shoot this frozen ice switch right here, which will unseal the door to our right. So, let's go on to this way, and we'll finish exploring the castle. Now, behind this door, we will meet another familiar enemy called the Floor Master. Now, the Floor Master here, he is damaged thanks to sunlight, and when he's damaged, it'll split into 3 parts, and you have to kill those 3 parts quickly because they'll latch onto you, drain you of your health, and it will grow into another big Floor Master. And that sunlight came from the hole that I just recently uncovered thanks to me stepping on the switch on that pillar. So yeah, and of course you just reflect the light onto the sunblock, and you will reveal some undead who are dancing like idiots, actually. So of course you know what to do: slash them and kill them, so they won't be a threat to you. Or you could possibly just ignore them as well. I mean, they're not going to paralyze you as long as you wear the captain's hat or the other 2 masks that I mentioned, but yeah. Alright, let's go on into this room, and in this room we will face a familiar mini-boss. The Wizrobe! Again. Jeez, how many times is this guy going to appear? Well, anyway, folks, he's exactly the same as he was in Snowhead Temple. He'll appear, trying to shoot at you, disappear, and then he'll create clones of himself to try and distract you while the real one tries to fire at you. And you can see his red dot right there, so yeah. And I'm going to cut this boss fight because it's pretty simple. But the only thing that is different about this Wizrobe here is that he'll shoot fire at you instead of ice. So that's the only big difference, otherwise he's pretty much the same. Yeah. So once we kill him, this door here will be open and we can go on through. Now the only thing that sucked about this Wizrobe fight is you do not get anything. I mean, all you do is get on through this area, and but it sucks that you do not get like a special item or anything. Not like a heart piece or anything, so yeah. Yeah, there's the undead dancing all goofy. Again, kill them like no problem. And then we'll just go on up to the other part of the roof of the castle. Alright, once we get to the roof area right here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to uncover a hole that will bring sunlight into the roof area. And don't go down that hole because it will lead us back to the room with the Floor Master. And we do not want that. Anyway, go over here to this damaged roof area, and then you have to go equip the powder keg and your Goron mask to plant the powder keg, and it will blast a hole into the roof area, so it'll produce more sunlight. Now the thing I do not get is it's nighttime right now, and how is sunlight getting through? Seriously, I mean it's nighttime. There should not be any sun at all. Now, of course, the moon reflects the sun, but currently the moon is on its way down to kill everything. So, still, regardless, we've blown a hole into the roof of this building. So, again, put on the captain's hat because we are going to go straight down, and we are back in the first room. Now that there's sunlight in this area, we can use our mirror shield and kill these undead with just one, just one old reflection of the mirror shield, and we can kill them instantly. So yeah, because sunlight harms the dead or something. I don't know. I don't watch movies. Anyway, folks. Now that we have sunlight, reflect the light at the sunblock, and it will reveal a new path for us to go through. Now that pathway will take us straight to the king, And hopefully the king will help us in our quest to save this land. Anyway, folks, we'll meet the king in part 46. See you then.